The 4-Hour Life. Master your time, break free, and live on your own terms. The Lie You've Been Sold. The man who dares not to grasp the thorn should never crave the rose. By Anne Bronte. You've been told a lie. You've been sold a story of what success looks like. They said, go to school, get a secure job, work 40+ hours a week for 40 years, and maybe, just maybe, you'll have enough to retire comfortably. But here's the truth. That is not success. That is survival. What if I told you there's another way? A way to escape the grind of 9 to 5, where the clock rules your life. A way to design your reality, not by working harder, but by working smarter, leaving the traditional behind, and creating a life of freedom. You can't buy time, but you can buy freedom, and you deserve it. Who this book is for? This book is for the dreamers, the risk takers, the rebels who refuse to accept the status quo. If you're done with trading your precious time for a paycheck you barely enjoy, watching your life slip by while you're chained to a desk, exhausted and unfulfilled, feeling like your deepest potential is trapped in a box built by someone else's rules, then this book is for you. What you'll learn. How to escape the corporate rat race without risking everything. How to earn more by working less, and how to leverage systems, automation, and teams to multiply your income. How to design a lifestyle of freedom, travel the world, and still make money, no matter where you are. How to cut out distractions, find focus, and eliminate the unimportant. How to build passive income. Streams that generate wealth, even while you sleep. How to face your fears, silence your doubts, and step into your power, starting right now. This book doesn't just tell you how to get out of the grind, it shows you how to live life on your terms. A final warning, this book is not for everyone. If you want to keep complaining about your job, hoping one day something will change and playing it safe, then this is not your book. But if you are ready to shatter the rules, reject mediocrity, and build a future where time is your greatest asset, then keep reading. Your life is about to transform. Chapter 1. The Time Trap. Why working harder is keeping you poorer. You will never make the right decision if you're stuck in the wrong frame of mind. By Tony Robbins. The Lie You've Been Told. Work hard, work smart, work your way up the ladder. We've all heard it. It's the universal blueprint for success. The one that promises hard work equals rewards. But let's be honest. The system is broken. It's a trap designed to keep you chasing the same carrot for a lifetime. This isn't just a little flaw in the system. This is the system itself. You've been conditioned to believe that success is a matter of hours worked. It's drilled into you from childhood. If you want to get ahead, you have to work harder. But if hard work guaranteed success, wouldn't we all be millionaires by now? The truth you need to hear. Here's the reality you're afraid to face. Working harder isn't the answer. Being busy isn't the same as being productive. And if you don't break the pattern, you'll never break free. What if I told you that working harder is actually making you poorer? When you're caught in the grind, constantly pushing and striving, you miss the big picture. You're so focused on putting in hours and effort that you've forgotten the one thing that really matters: leverage. Leverage is what the rich use to get richer while you're still stuck trading hours for dollars. The more hours you work, the more you deplete your most precious asset: time. The hard truth. Time is your most valuable asset. Here's something you may not want to hear. You will never get your time back. Every hour you spend working for someone else, you're forfeiting a piece of your life. You'll never get back the hour spent in that soul-crushing meeting you didn't need to attend, the weekends you missed because you were stuck at the office, the nights you stayed late to finish someone else's project, the years you've spent doing work that doesn't excite you, drain you, and keep you from living your life. But the worst part? You've been taught to believe that this is normal. That it's just the price of success, but I'm here to tell you it's not normal, and you don't have to settle for it anymore. Why it's impossible to win the game the way you've been playing it. If you're stuck in this cycle, you're trapped in what I call the time trap. The time trap is simple. The more time you trade, for money, the less freedom you have. But here's the shocking truth. You can't get more time. You can only get more leverage. And leverage doesn't come from working harder. It comes from working smarter. Do you want to be stuck forever, trading your time for a paycheck? Or do you want to break free and design a life where your time is yours to spend however you choose? You see, the majority of people think the way to win is to grind their way to the top. They focus on the effort, the hustle, but miss the strategy. They never stop to ask themselves, why am I working this hard? Let me tell you a secret. The top performers, the ones who live on their own terms, who travel, who work remotely, who get paid without showing up to an office every day, they don't work harder. They work smarter. They use tools, leverage, and automation to escape the time trap. They've mastered how to earn without working more hours. The solution: break free with leverage, automation, and outsourcing. Leverage is the key. The people who are winning the game don't have more hours. They have systems that multiply their efforts. They know how to build income streams that work for them even while they sleep. This isn't about finding shortcuts. It's about finding the right way to work, to make money, and to build a life that is designed around your freedom, not your limitations. Here's how you break free. Understand leverage. Start thinking in terms of leverage. If you're still trading hours for dollars, you're in the wrong game. Instead, think about how to build systems that can generate money for you while you sleep. Automate. Use technology to eliminate unnecessary tasks. From managing emails to customer inquiries, automating repetitive work frees up hours of your life every week. Use tools, apps, and software to do the heavy lifting for you. Outsource. Your time is too valuable to waste on tasks that someone else can do for you. Hire people who can take on the work that doesn't need your unique skills. You don't need to do everything yourself. Delegate to create more time for the things that matter. Actionable takeaways. Stop measuring success by hours worked. Identify one task you do daily that can be automated or outsourced. It could be as simple as scheduling meetings or responding to emails. Start small. Begin to look for leverage in your life. How can you make money without working harder? Create passive income streams or optimize the way you do business. Take control of your time now, because every hour you waste today is an hour you'll never get back. In the next chapter, in Chapter 2, you'll learn the freedom formula and discover how to design a life where your job fits your lifestyle, not the other way around. It's time to break free and start building the life you were always meant to live. Chapter 2, the freedom formula: how to design a life, not a job. The richest people in the world look for and build networks, while everyone else looks for work. By Robert Kiyosaki. The real question you should be asking. Stop for a second. Close your eyes and think about your life. Do you have the freedom to do what you love when you want? Is your time your own, or are you living on someone else's schedule? For most people, the answer is simple: no. They've been taught to think in terms of a job, a set of hours, a set location, a set paycheck. But the real question you need to be asking isn't, what job do I want? The question you need to be asking is, what life do I want to live? The big mistake: focusing on the wrong thing. Here's where people go wrong. Most people focus entirely on their job, the work they're doing, the salary they're earning. But that's not the root of success. The real question is what kind of life you want to design. Once you know that, your job, income, and time will all fall into place. The most powerful thing you can do right now is stop focusing on the details of your job and start focusing on the details of your life. If you focus on your life first, everything else becomes clearer. The formula for freedom. Here's the freedom formula, the secret that separates those who get stuck in the grind from those who live life on their own terms. Design your ideal life. What do you want your days to look like? How do you want to feel every morning when you wake up? Think beyond the job, beyond the paycheck. Do you want to work remotely from a beach in Bali? Do you want to travel the world, experiencing new cultures, without worrying about vacation days? This isn't just about having more money. It's about having more freedom to live on your own terms. Deconstruct your job to build a business. A job is a series of tasks someone else has set for you, but you don't have to accept that. Start thinking in terms of systems. What aspects of your work can be automated or delegated? How can you create a business or income stream that requires less of your time, not more? The key to freedom is turning your job into a system that works for you, not the other way around. Create passive income streams. Passive income is the ultimate hack to freedom. It's income that flows without constant effort. Start by identifying ways to make money while you sleep. Create a product, build an online course, or start an automated online business that works 24/7. Passive income doesn't mean no work. It means working smarter so you can focus your time on things that bring you joy and fulfillment, rather than things that drain you. Designing your ideal life. It's all about the freedom to choose. The power of this formula is that it gives you the freedom to choose. You're not beholden to a single location, a single paycheck, or a single boss. You have options. You can design your life to fit your dreams, not your limitations. Where do you want to live? Who do you want to spend your time with? How do you want to spend your days? What impact do you want to have on the world? These are the questions that matter. Once you have clarity on the life you want to create, everything else falls into place. The power of location independence. You've heard of it, location independence. It's the ability to work from anywhere. If you're stuck in an office or chained to a desk, this idea probably feels like a distant dream. But what if you could design a business that doesn't require you to be in one place? Imagine waking up in a new city every month, working from the beach, a cafe, or a co-working space in your favorite city. Having the freedom to travel for months at a time without asking for permission from a boss or worrying about a limited vacation schedule. Earning money regardless of where you are, because your business runs automatically. Location independence isn't just for tech startups or digital nomads. With the right systems in place, anyone can achieve this freedom. The truth about security and why it's holding you back. Most people cling to their jobs because they believe that security is found in stability, an office job, a steady paycheck, and benefits. But here's the cold, hard truth. Job security is an illusion. If you're relying on a single source of income, you're vulnerable. What happens when that source dries up? What happens if your job is automated, outsourced, or eliminated? Real security comes from diversifying your income streams and gaining control over your own time. If you can make money independently, you can never be fired. If you control your own time, you are free to create the life you want. The first step. Break free from the 9-to-5 mentality. The first step in designing your ideal life is to reprogram your mindset. If you believe the 9-to-5 grind is the only way to succeed, then you will never escape it. The truth is, the world has changed. You don't need to work 40 hours a week at a desk to make money or find fulfillment. You need to build systems and create leverage, and you need to prioritize time over money. Actionable takeaways. Design your dream life. Sit down and write out the life you want to live. What are the key elements that would make it fulfilling for you? What does freedom look like to you? Break the 9-to-5 trap. If you're still stuck in a traditional job, start looking for ways to work remotely, reduce your hours, or create a side hustle that could eventually replace your income. Create leverage. Focus on building systems. Automate your life and business as much as possible. Start passive income. Identify one thing you can create that generates money without constant effort. This could be an online course, an ebook, a dropshipping business, etc. In the next chapter. In Chapter 3, we'll dive into the myth of money and why you don't need to be rich to live rich. You'll learn how to unlock wealth without trading, your time for money, and why financial freedom is just the beginning of true freedom. Stay tuned, the best is yet to come. Chapter 3, The Myth of Money, Why You Don't Need to Be Rich to Live Rich. The goal isn't more money. The goal is living your life on your terms. By Chris Brogan, The Obsession with Money, Breaking Free from the Illusion. There's a lie we've all been told, and it's a dangerous one. That lie is, you need more money to live a better life. It's a pervasive myth, fed to us by media, culture, and well-meaning family members. More money, cheeks more freedom. More money, cheeks more happiness. More money, cheeks more success. And yet, look around. The richest people aren't always the happiest, most fulfilled, or the most free. How many times have you heard someone say, if I only had a little more money, I could finally do what I want with my life? The reality is, money isn't the problem. The problem is how you're using it, and more importantly, how you're thinking about it, the truth. Money isn't the key to freedom. Here's the inconvenient truth. The pursuit of more money won't set you free. More money can buy comfort, convenience, and security. But freedom comes from something much deeper. It comes from the ability to control your time, not your income. In fact, many people who obsessively chase money end up trading their time for it, never realizing that time is actually their most precious resource. And once it's gone, you can never get it back. What if I told you that you don't need to be rich to live rich? What if I told you that financial freedom isn't about a number in your bank account? It's about how much you control your time and how efficiently you're using what you already have. The difference between wealth and income. Here's the key distinction. Income isn't wealth. Many people confuse the two, but they are fundamentally different. Income is the money you earn, whether it's from your job, your business, or any other source. Wealth is the ability to live on your own terms with as little work as possible. It's about building systems that produce passive income, not relying solely on your paycheck. The trap most people fall into is that they chase income, thinking that once they earn enough, they'll be able to enjoy life. But the truth is, the more you rely on active income, the more you are trading your time for money, and the less time you have to actually enjoy life. Why most people are chasing the wrong dream. Most people think that money is the key to happiness. They believe that if I have enough money, everything will fall into place. But what they fail to understand is that chasing money alone doesn't create happiness. It creates a never-ending cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. You don't need to become a millionaire to be free. You need to redesign your relationship with money. It's about making money work for you, not the other way around. The power of financial independence without the million-dollar goal. Financial independence isn't about having unlimited wealth. It's about having enough wealth to support your ideal lifestyle without having to constantly work for it. Ask yourself, how much money do you need to feel free? How much do you really need to live your dream life? What would happen if you didn't need to make a paycheck to live the life you want? Most people live as if their worth is tied to their income, thinking they need to constantly earn more, work harder, and sacrifice their time for money. But the truth is, financial freedom doesn't require a huge bank account. It requires the ability to choose where and how you spend your time. The real path to freedom: mastering your spending and building. Passive income. Now let's get real. Wealth doesn't come from working harder. It comes from spending smarter and investing in systems that work for you. So what does this look like in practice? Master your expenses. First, understand your lifestyle and cut out unnecessary expenses. You don't need all the things you think you need. Evaluate your spending. What can you live without? Focus on value. Invest in experiences that bring joy, not in things that keep you stuck in the rat race. Minimalism is key. You don't need everything to be happy. Cut the excess so that you can free up money for things that matter. Create passive income. If you want freedom, you need income that doesn't require you to work all the time. Investing, whether it's in stocks, real estate, or even your own business. Find ways to have your money work for you. Digital assets. Create things that generate income long after the initial effort. Write a book, create an online course, or build a blog that continues to pay you long-term. Business systems. Build a business that runs without needing your constant attention. Automate tasks, delegate responsibilities, and streamline operations so that your business can grow while you focus on what matters. The most dangerous trap: living for tomorrow. The biggest mistake people make is living for some future version of themselves. They work 40+ hours a week, sacrificing time with loved ones, sleep, and health in the name of building wealth that they'll enjoy later. But what if later never comes? What if you've spent your life so focused on accumulating wealth that you've missed the chance to live it? You don't need to wait for retirement to enjoy life. You can start designing your dream life today with what you have, where you are. Actionable takeaways: shift your mindset about money. Stop thinking of money as the goal. Think of it as a tool to give you the freedom to live on your own terms. Audit your expenses. Cut unnecessary spending and focus on what adds true value to your life. Start building passive income. Begin with small, manageable income streams that don't require constant effort, such as digital products or automated systems. Invest in systems. Whether it's your business or your personal finances, create systems that work for you and give you more time and freedom. In the next chapter, Chapter 4, Escape Velocity: How to Quit Your Job Without Going Broke. You don't need $1 million to escape the 9-to-5. You need a plan, the right systems, and the courage to take that first step. By Tim Ferriss, The Myth of the $1 Million Exit. Let's face it, quitting your job is scary. We've been conditioned to believe that in order to leave the comfort or discomfort of a steady paycheck, you need to be financially independent, or at least have a huge nest egg stashed away. But that's a myth. You don't need $1 million in the bank to escape the 9-to-5 grind. What you do need is a plan. A clear, actionable roadmap that can give you the freedom to quit your job without going broke, and without the constant fear of falling back into the cubicle life. The truth is, most people never leave their jobs because they think they're not financially ready. They dream of a day when they have enough savings, enough passive income, or enough security to just walk away from the grind. But here's the reality. Waiting for the perfect moment is the perfect way to never make a move. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to take that first step. What's holding you back? Before we talk about how to leave your job, let's take a moment to understand what's really holding you back. Fear of uncertainty. The unknown is terrifying, and quitting a job means stepping into an uncertain future. But here's the truth. The only certain thing is that the 9-to-5 grind will continue unless you make a move. Fear of failure. What if your plan doesn't work? What if you fall short? These are valid concerns, but they're also fears that hold you hostage to a life you don't want. The real risk is staying stuck. Lack of a plan. This is the most common reason people stay in jobs they hate. They want to escape, but they don't know how. Without a plan, it's like trying to drive somewhere without a map. Endless detours and dead ends. The truth about job security. One of the biggest illusions we live with is the concept of job security. For decades, we've been told that getting a steady job means a steady paycheck and guaranteed security. But in reality, job security is an illusion. The only real security you have is your ability to adapt, your ability to create multiple streams of income, manage your own time, and build systems that allow you to thrive without relying on a boss to sign your paycheck. Job security isn't security at all. Self-sufficiency is the escape velocity, the formula for quitting your job without going broke. Now, let's talk strategy. How do you make the leap from a steady paycheck to financial independence without throwing caution to the wind and ending up broke? Here's the formula. Achieve escape velocity, the point of no return. Think of escape velocity as the moment when you've built up enough momentum to break free from the gravitational pull of your 9-to-5 job. This is where your side income, whether it's from a business, investments, or freelancing, surpasses your monthly expenses. Once your side income covers your essential costs, you've hit escape velocity. How to achieve it? Start by calculating your monthly burn rate, what you need to live comfortably, not extravagantly. Then, focus on building side income streams that you can gradually scale up over time. This could be anything from freelance work, consulting, an online business, or passive income sources like digital products or investments. The key is to focus on systems that scale, not just trading time for money. Build something that can grow with minimal effort from your end. Minimize your monthly expenses. Before you go full throttle, cut your living expenses. There's a hidden benefit to cutting costs. It reduces your financial pressure. The less you rely on your paycheck, the sooner you can quit your job. Here's how to do it. Cut the fat. Analyze every expense you have and ask yourself, do I really need this? Cut down on subscriptions, dining out, expensive gadgets, and other discretionary spending. Focus on necessities. Learn to live frugally without sacrificing your quality of life. Avoid accumulating things you don't truly value. You don't need luxury to feel wealthy. You need freedom. Build your financial cushion, but don't wait for perfection. It's smart to have a financial cushion to cushion the initial months after quitting. A good rule of thumb is to save at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But don't let this be an excuse to keep postponing your escape. The truth is, you don't need to be fully ready financially to quit your job. It's more about being resourceful and willing to act. The real key to success is not hoarding more money. It's learning to generate income while living below your means. Test the waters, build your side hustle before you quit. This is where most people get it wrong. They quit their job too early and then panic when their side hustle doesn't immediately bring in a fortune. Before taking the leap, start building your side income while you're still employed. This way, you can test your ideas, optimize your systems, and validate your business before you depend on it full-time. Consider working part-time or scaling back your hours if possible. Actionable takeaways. Start a side hustle. Build your side business or income stream while still employed. It's the safest and smartest way to transition. Cut your expenses. Minimize your monthly expenses so you can become more financially flexible. Live below your means. Save a cushion, but don't wait too long. Save 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but don't let fear hold you back. You can never be fully ready. You just have to go. Achieve escape velocity. Make sure your side income can cover your essential expenses before quitting your job. Leverage your efforts. Automate, outsource, and scale your systems to break free faster. In the next chapter, stop right there. This isn't just a video. This is a turning point. You're not here by accident. You were meant to see this. If your heart's beating faster, if something inside you just woke up, do not ignore that feeling. Like this video, not for us, but for you, to lock in this energy. Share it, because someone out there is lost, and you might be the reason they wake up. Subscribe right now, because we're not done. This channel is about to blow your mind again and again and again. This is more than content. This is a revolution. A mindset, a mission, and if you felt this even for a second, then you're part of it now. So don't just watch, join the movement. Like, share, subscribe, or scroll back to the same life you're trying to escape. Your call. Chapter 5. Automate everything. Building a business that runs without you. The goal isn't just to work less. It's to create a business that works for you, even when you're not working. By Tim Ferriss, The Truth About Freedom. It's not about doing less, it's about doing smarter. When most people think about escaping the 9-to-5, they picture endless days of relaxation, traveling the world, or pursuing their passions. But there's one catch. If you're still working, even if it's for yourself, you've missed the point. The real goal isn't just to escape your boss, it's to escape the grind of constant work altogether. The true power of entrepreneurship is not in the freedom to work for yourself, but in the ability to build systems that operate without your constant supervision. So how do you create a business that runs without you? How do you automate the things that suck up your time and energy? It starts with understanding that systems, not your hours, are the key to wealth and freedom. The power of systems. Making money without being present. Imagine this. You wake up, check your phone, and you've made money while you were sleeping. That's not a pipe dream. It's a reality that anyone can achieve if they build their business around systems that work for them, automating processes that run 24/7 with minimal input. The question is, how can you set up these systems? It's simple. Delegation, technology, and design. Delegate and outsource. The art of working less. One of the biggest myths about entrepreneurship is that you have to do it all yourself. The truth is, if you try to do everything yourself, you'll quickly burn out. To create a business that operates without your presence, you need to delegate tasks to others. And no, you don't have to hire a huge team. With the right platforms, you can outsource even the most specialized work to highly skilled people around the globe. Here's how to delegate effectively. Identify repetitive tasks. Start by looking at your business and identifying the tasks that drain your time but don't contribute significantly to your growth. Emails, customer service, basic social media posts, or routine admin work are prime candidates. Find the right outsourcing platforms. There are countless platforms that connect you with freelancers, including Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer. You can easily find talent for everything from content creation to website design. Create clear instructions. When you delegate, don't just give vague instructions. Document processes using screen recording tools like Loom or a step-by-step guide. This allows the person you're outsourcing to follow your exact workflow. Automate repetitive tasks. Working smarter, not harder. If you're not automating, you're wasting time. The best way to automate is through the power of technology and tools that streamline your operations, so you don't have to do it manually. Here are a few essential areas where you can apply automation. Email marketing. Use tools like MailChimp or ConvertKit to create automated email funnels. These tools allow you to send personalized emails based on customer actions, whether they sign up for your list, make a purchase, or download a free resource. Sales pages and funnels. Tools like ClickFunnels and Lead Pages help you create automated sales funnels that convert visitors into customers with zero ongoing effort. Once set up, your business can generate sales without your direct involvement. Customer service. Set up chatbots and automated email responders. Platforms like Intercom or Zendesk provide AI-powered customer service options that help answer questions and resolve issues without your intervention. Accounting and invoicing. Tools like QuickBooks or FreshBooks automatically handle invoicing, track expenses, and even send payment reminders. You won't need to spend time manually inputting every transaction. Create passive income streams. Let your money work for you. A business that requires you to work constantly isn't truly freeing. It's just another job. If you want to work less and still make money, you need to focus on passive income. There are many ways to create passive income streams, and they can be as diverse as affiliate marketing. Promote products or services you believe in, and earn a commission for each sale made through your unique referral link. Digital products. Create an ebook, online course, or membership site that can sell on autopilot. Once created, you can keep selling it with minimal effort. Software or SaaS. If you have the skills or resources, create a software solution or app that solves a specific problem. Once it's built, it can run continuously with minimal involvement from you. Investing. Although not directly related to business, investing in assets that generate passive income, like stocks, bonds, or real estate, can provide long-term financial freedom without requiring constant attention. Focus on scalability. Building for the future. The most important part of creating a business that runs without you is ensuring that it scales, that it can grow without you having to put in more hours. To make your business scalable, you need to systematize your operations. Make everything replicable. This includes documenting your processes, automating where possible, and setting up clear workflows for your team or virtual assistants. Leverage technology. Invest in technology that allows you to reach more customers with less effort. Cloud storage, project management tools, and AI can all help streamline your business and allow you to scale faster. Expand your reach. Focus on expanding your customer base, whether that's through social media marketing, ads, or building partnerships with other companies. The more customers you can reach with less effort, the faster you can grow. Real life. Example: the 4-hour workweek in action. Let's look at a real-life example of someone who's built a business that operates without her presence. Meet Sarah, a 32-year-old entrepreneur who started a lifestyle blog and online store selling digital planners. She began her business as a side hustle while working full-time in marketing. After a year of hard work and research, she reached escape velocity. Her side income was enough to cover her bills, but she wasn't satisfied with simply making money. She wanted freedom. So Sarah began to automate everything. She created an email funnel that led visitors through a series of automated messages, eventually leading them to purchase her digital planners. She outsourced customer service to a virtual assistant, automated social media posts, and even had a freelance designer help her create new products. Within 6 months, her business was running smoothly with minimal input from her. Today, Sarah enjoys the freedom to travel and spend time with family, while her business continues to thrive without her constant involvement. Actionable takeaways. Delegate and outsource. Identify repetitive tasks in your business and find someone else to handle them. Automate key processes. Use automation tools for marketing, sales, and customer service to free up your time. Create passive income. Focus on creating digital products, affiliate programs, or other revenue streams that require minimal ongoing effort. Build for scalability. Make sure your business can grow without you working more hours. Systematize, automate, and scale. In the next chapter, Chapter 6, The 80-20 Rule, How to Make More by Doing Less. The idea is not to work harder, but to focus on the few things that yield the most valuable results. Tim Ferriss, The secret to working less and earning more, and most people believe that to achieve more in life, they have to work harder. They think the key to success is simply putting in more hours, more effort, more energy. But there's a game-changing principle that flips this thinking on its head and reveals a better way. It's called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle. And once you understand it, everything about your approach to work and life changes. In simple terms, the 80-20 rule states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. That's right. 20% of your activities are responsible for 80% of your success, while the other 80% might just be wasting your time. The problem is that most people spend their days working on the 80% that doesn't matter, and they ignore the vital 20% that could make them rich, successful, and free. In this chapter, we'll explore how to apply the 80-20 rule to your business, your life, and your personal productivity to maximize your output while reducing the amount of time you spend doing unnecessary tasks. You'll learn how to focus on the essential and eliminate the trivial so you can start working less and earning more. Step 1. Identify your 20%, the critical few tasks that bring the most reward. The first step in applying the 80-20 rule is to identify the 20% of activities, people, or resources that generate the most valuable results in your life and business. For example, in your business, which customers or clients bring in 80% of your income? In your marketing, which marketing strategies or platforms generate 80% of your leads and sales? In your daily routine, which tasks contribute 80% of your results? In your personal life, who are the 20% of people who bring you the most joy, success, and fulfillment? Start by taking a close look at your current habits and actions. Identify which activities are giving you high returns and which ones are taking up your time without yielding much. Example: the power of focus in business. Let's say you're running an online store selling physical products. You might be spending hours managing inventory, dealing with customer inquiries, and constantly posting on social media. But if you take a step back and apply the 80-20 rule, you might realize that 20% of your products generate 80% of your sales, while the rest of your inventory isn't as profitable. 20% of your customers make up 80% of your repeat business, while the rest may only buy once and never return. By focusing on the profitable products and high-value customers, you can cut out the time you spend on unproductive tasks and focus on what truly drives growth. Step 2. Eliminate the 80%. Cut the dead weight. Once you've identified your 20% of high-leverage activities, the next step is to eliminate or drastically reduce the 80% of low-leverage tasks that are just sucking up your time and energy. It's time to get ruthless about the activities that aren't contributing significantly to your goals. And yes, this might mean letting go of some things you're used to doing, but it's necessary for achieving true freedom and maximum impact. Here's how to eliminate the dead weight. Delegate. If there's something you're doing that can be done by someone else, delegate it. Whether it's hiring a virtual assistant to handle your email inbox, getting a social media manager, or outsourcing customer service, It's important to recognize what tasks don't require your expertise and should be passed off. Automate. As we discussed in the previous chapter, automation is a game changer. If you can automate processes like sales funnels, marketing emails, or even basic administrative tasks, you free up your time for the work that matters most. Stop doing low-impact work. If there's a task you've been doing for years that isn't yielding significant results, it's time to stop doing it. The goal isn't to stay busy, it's to stay productive. Example: the power of saying no. In business and life, you're constantly faced with opportunities and tasks that can feel urgent but ultimately don't move you closer to your main goals. Perhaps you're invited to countless networking events, or your email inbox is flooded with non-essential updates, or your team keeps asking for your input on minor details. Saying no is one of the most powerful skills you can learn. Focus on the big wins and don't get caught up in distractions. Step 3. Leverage your 20%. Multiply what works. Once you've identified and eliminated the unnecessary tasks, it's time to double down on the high-impact activities that actually move the needle in your life and business. This is where you leverage the 80-20 rule to scale your success. Replicate what works. Take the strategies or actions that have produced the best results and find ways to scale them. If certain products sell well, consider expanding that product line. If a specific marketing channel drives most of your traffic, invest more time and money into it. Focus on your top-performing clients. Instead of trying to attract new customers all the time, nurture your best clients. Offer them premium services, exclusive offers, or discounts to increase their lifetime value. Increase your personal productivity. In your personal life, identify the habits that contribute the most to your well-being and success, and cultivate them. For example, if you find that exercise in the morning sets you up for a productive day, make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Example: scaling your time. Let's say you've identified that coaching is one of your highest value offerings. You've realized that you make more money and have a greater impact when you work with a handful of clients one-on-one. Now, to leverage that success, you could increase your pricing for one-on-one coaching, reducing the number of clients you need. Create a group coaching program where you can reach more people in less time. Automate your onboarding process so you spend less time managing the intake of new clients. By leveraging your most valuable activities, you'll find that you can make more money with far less effort. Actionable takeaways. Identify your 20%. Look at your business and life. What activities, people, or clients are yielding the most valuable results? Eliminate the 80%. Cut out tasks that drain your time and energy without providing significant returns. Delegate, automate, or simply stop doing them. Leverage your 20%. Focus on what's working. Replicate your successes and scale the efforts that yield the best results. In the next chapter, Chapter 7, Remote Control, How to Work from Anywhere and Live Like a King. The world is your office. It's time to leave the cubicle behind and create a life of freedom. By Tim Ferriss, The Dream of Freedom. Imagine waking up in a beautiful location, maybe on a beach in Bali, a cafe in Paris, or a mountaintop retreat in the Swiss Alps. You sip your morning coffee, open your laptop, and check your email. There's no boss hovering over your shoulder, no commute to the office, and no rigid 9-to-5 schedule controlling your day. In fact, you're not even working that much. Your business is running on autopilot, your clients are taken care of, and you're able to dedicate time to the things that truly matter: traveling, experiencing new cultures, and enjoying life. This isn't a fantasy. This is the remote lifestyle, and it's more attainable than you think. The remote revolution: why it's possible now more than ever. The idea of working remotely and living from anywhere is not new, but it's more accessible and realistic than ever before. Thanks to technology, the world is more interconnected, and the tools available today make it easier than ever to run a business from anywhere. You don't need to be a tech genius or a serial entrepreneur to build a location-independent business. You just need the right mindset, the right systems, and the courage to take action. Technology has revolutionized the way we work. From cloud-based software to video conferencing tools to online marketplaces, we now live in a world where the traditional office is becoming obsolete. But here's the key. To truly embrace this remote lifestyle, you need to create systems and structures that allow you to work efficiently while freeing up your time to enjoy the life you've always dreamed of. Step 1. Build a business that runs on autopilot. The first step in achieving the remote lifestyle is to build a business that doesn't require you to be physically present to operate. You need to create systems and processes that can handle the day-to-day operations of your business so that you're not constantly working in it, but rather on it. This means automating your income streams. Set up systems that generate money without your constant attention. This could include affiliate marketing, digital products, or a subscription-based business. Outsourcing and delegating. Hire virtual assistants or remote employees to take care of tasks that don't require your direct involvement. This could be anything from customer service, content creation, to even handling emails and administrative duties. Creating scalable offers. Instead of trading hours for dollars, focus on products or services that can be scaled, like online courses, membership sites, or digital downloads, so that you're not limited by time. The goal is to build a business model that can run without your constant involvement. Example: creating a profitable online course. If you have expertise in a particular area, creating an online course is one of the best ways to make money while you sleep. Once you create the course, you can automate the entire process, from sales funnels to email sequences to delivery of the product. Platforms like Teachable, Udemy, or Kajabi make it easy to set up and sell courses. Once the system is running, all you need to do is promote it, meaning you can make money no matter where you are in the world. Step 2. Master the tools of remote work. To truly succeed as a digital nomad, you need to become proficient in the tools of remote work. These tools will enable you to collaborate, communicate, and run your business from anywhere. Some essential tools for remote work include communication tools. Tools like Slack, Zoom, and Skype are critical for staying connected with your team, clients, and collaborators. Project management software. Use platforms like Trello, Asana, or Basecamp to track projects and tasks, collaborate with remote teams, and stay on top of deadlines without being in the same physical location. Cloud storage. Tools like Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive ensure that all your documents, presentations, and resources are accessible from any device, anywhere in the world. Time tracking software. Tools like Toggle or Rescue Time can help you track your work hours and productivity while maintaining a balance between work and leisure. These tools, when used effectively, will allow you to manage your business remotely, no matter where you are in the world. Step 3. Master the art of remote living. Once you've set up your remote business, it's time to embrace the art of remote living. This means creating a lifestyle that allows you to work from anywhere, travel freely, and experience life to its fullest. Choose the right locations. One of the biggest benefits of remote work is that you have the freedom to live anywhere. Look for destinations that are affordable, offer good internet access, and have a thriving community of digital nomads. Countries like Thailand, Portugal, Mexico, and Indonesia are popular with digital nomads due to their lower cost of living and quality of life. Time zone management. As a remote worker, you'll likely be dealing with clients or collaborators in different time zones. One of the keys to success is mastering time zone management. Use tools like World Time Buddy or Google Calendar to schedule meetings across time zones with ease. Set boundaries. While it may sound like a dream to work from anywhere, remote work comes with its own challenges, like distractions and lack of structure. It's important to set clear boundaries between work and leisure time to avoid burnout. Create a routine that includes time for work, exercise, socializing, and relaxation. Network with other remote workers. One of the downsides of working remotely is the potential for loneliness. To combat this, make an effort to connect with other digital nomads. Join online communities like Nomad List, attend meetups or conferences, and spend time in co-working spaces to build relationships and grow your network. Step 4. Live like a king. The final step in creating the remote lifestyle you desire is to reclaim control over your life and live like a king or queen. Once you've established your remote business and mastered the tools and routines, you can begin to enjoy the true freedom that comes with it. This means living intentionally. Remote work gives you the flexibility to design your days around what truly matters to you. Instead of being stuck in a rigid 9-to-5 schedule, you can create a life where travel, health, relationships, and personal growth take center stage. Achieving financial independence. With your remote business generating passive income and freeing up your time, you can focus on building wealth and achieving financial freedom. This may mean investing in assets, starting a side hustle, or creating multiple income streams. Having more time for leisure. Living like a king doesn't just mean working from anywhere, it also means having the time and freedom to enjoy life's experiences. Whether it's traveling the world, pursuing hobbies, or simply relaxing in a beautiful place, the key to living like a king is having the freedom to choose how you spend your time. Actionable takeaways. Automate your business. Set up systems that allow your business to run without your constant involvement. Create passive income streams and outsource tasks. Master remote tools. Get comfortable with communication, project management, and cloud-based tools that allow you to manage your business from anywhere. Live with intention. Use your freedom to travel, explore, and pursue meaningful experiences. Design your days around what truly matters. Create multiple income streams. Build wealth through multiple income sources so you can enjoy the benefits of true financial independence. In the next chapter, stop right there. This isn't just a video. This is a turning point. You're not here by accident. You were meant to see this. If your heart's beating faster, if something inside you just woke up, do not ignore that feeling. Like this video, not for us, but for you, to lock in this energy. Share it, because someone out there is lost, and you might be the reason they wake up. Subscribe right now, because we're not done. This channel is about to blow your mind again and again and again. This is more than content. This is a revolution, a mindset, a mission. And if you felt this even for a second, then you're part of it now. So don't just watch, join the movement. Like, share, subscribe, or scroll back to the same life you're trying to escape. Your call. Chapter 8. Mini Retirements. Why you don't have to wait until you're 65 to start living. You don't have to wait until you're 65 to start living. Life is happening now, and the time to start living fully is today. By Tim Ferriss. Myth of the traditional retirement. The conventional model of retirement is ingrained in the minds of most people. Work hard your entire life, save up as much as you can, and then, when you're 65, retire and live your golden years in peace. But here's the reality. You can't wait 40, 50 years to start living. What if I told you that you don't have to wait until you're retired to live a full life of freedom and exploration? What if you could live your best life now, instead of putting it off for decades? The secret of mini retirements. The concept of a mini retirement is simple. Instead of waiting until you're old and gray, you take extended breaks from work at various points in your life to live fully. These breaks don't have to be months or years. They can be as little as a few weeks or a few months, and they're designed to give you time to explore the world, recharge, and pursue passions without waiting for retirement age. Mini retirements are not vacations. Vacations are temporary getaways meant to relax or recharge for a short period. Mini retirements, on the other hand, are intentional breaks designed to enrich your life, give you perspective, and create experiences that will last far longer than the money you'd make during your time off. The power of time off. Why mini retirements are essential. We live in a world where work is glorified. Many of us define ourselves by our jobs and the work we do. We assume that success equals nonstop grinding until we're old enough to rest. But the truth is, working nonstop without breaks often leads to burnout. More importantly, it deprives us of time with our loved ones, the chance to travel, and, most tragically, the joy of the present moment. Mini retirements are a way to break free from that cycle. They allow you to live a life of balance, a life where work isn't the only thing that defines you, and time becomes your greatest asset. Step 1. Design your ideal mini retirement. The first step to taking a mini retirement is to design it. What does your perfect mini retirement look like? Do you want to travel the world for a few months, volunteer in a remote village or developing country, learn a new skill like surfing, cooking, or writing, work on a passion project that you've put on hold, spend more quality time with family or friends? A mini retirement can be as unique as you are. The key is to plan it carefully, ensuring that your break is both rejuvenating and worthwhile. Example: traveling the world for 3 months. One of the most popular mini retirement options is to take an extended trip abroad. Perhaps you've always dreamed of visiting Southeast Asia, South America, or Europe. Instead of waiting for retirement, take the leap while you're still young and full of energy. Go backpacking across Thailand, learn Spanish in Argentina, or live in a remote village in Greece for a while. By focusing on the experience rather than the work, you'll gain insights that enrich your life in ways that a standard vacation cannot. Step 2. Plan your time off and make it work financially. For many people, the biggest barrier to taking a mini retirement is money. The fear of losing income or not being able to afford time off is real, but it's also entirely solvable with the right planning. Here's how you can make it happen. Plan your finances. Start by calculating how much money you'll need to cover your living expenses during the mini retirement. This could include things like rent, travel, food, and insurance. Once you have a budget, decide how to make it work. You can either save up in advance, cut back on expenses, or generate income while traveling, such as through remote work, freelancing, or passive income streams. Create a source of passive income. To fund your mini retirement, you can set up income streams that don't require your active participation. This could include renting out property, creating online courses, or starting a blog or YouTube channel that generates income over time. Work remotely. Another option is to build a business that allows you to work remotely, as we discussed earlier. With the right systems and automation, you can make money while living anywhere in the world. Simplify your life. Cutting back on unnecessary expenses, such as dining out, shopping, or subscriptions you don't use, can create room for the financial flexibility you need to take time off. Step 3. Embrace a new perspective on life. When you step away from your routine and the constant pressure of work, you gain a new perspective on what really matters. Instead of getting lost in the hustle and grind of daily life, a mini retirement allows you to step back and ask yourself, what am I truly passionate about? What do I want to spend my time doing? How can I make a difference in the world? What do I want my legacy to be? In the process, you'll likely discover that the things you thought were important, the long hours at the office, the constant career climb, aren't as essential as you once believed. The most important thing, instead, is living fully. Step 4. Return refreshed and ready to grow. A mini retirement isn't just a break from work. It's a chance for you to come back stronger, wiser, and more focused on your goals. By stepping away from your daily grind, you'll gain clarity on your purpose and vision for the future, energy from recharging your body, mind, and spirit. New experiences that will inspire you and expand your horizons, a sense of fulfillment that work alone can never provide. When you return from your mini retirement, you'll be refocused, more driven, and ready to approach your work with a fresh perspective. You'll also likely discover that you can do more in less time, and that's the power of the mini retirement. Actionable takeaways. Design your mini retirement. Decide what kind of break will rejuvenate you, whether it's travel, learning a new skill, or spending time with loved ones. Plan finances. Set aside money, create passive income streams, and work remotely if needed to finance your time off. Change your perspective. Use your mini retirement to evaluate your life and goals. Let the break be a reset button for your future. Come back refreshed. Return from your mini retirement with new energy, clarity, and focus to take on your next phase of growth. In the next chapter. Chapter 9. The Fear Formula. How to Smash the Mental Chains. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the fear of what might go wrong. By Tim Ferriss. Fear. The Invisible Prison. Fear is the single greatest barrier to freedom. It shackles us, chains our potential, and whispers, "You can't," at every step toward something new. But here's the truth. Fear is a lie. It doesn't exist in the world around you. It exists only in your mind, a narrative you've constructed to protect yourself from perceived danger. Think about it. You're not afraid of flying. You're afraid of what might happen if the plane crashes. You're not afraid of starting your own business. You're afraid of failing and looking foolish. You're not afraid of leaving your job. You're afraid of the uncertainty that comes with stepping into the unknown. But here's the most important thing you must understand. Most of what we fear never comes to pass. And the fear that holds you back is often much worse than the reality you'll face if you push through. The fear formula. 3. Simple steps to break free. To break free from fear, you need a system. You need a formula that dismantles those chains and turns your paralyzing doubts into powerful action. This formula is simple, yet life-changing. It's called the fear formula. Here it is. Define the fear. What exactly are you afraid of? Determine. The worst case. What's the worst that could happen if your fear comes true? Find the solution. What can you do to recover if the worst happens? Let's break this down step by step and see how each of these works in practice. Step 1. Define. The fear. You cannot confront fear unless you name it. Most fears are abstract and vague. You're not actually afraid of the unknown. You're afraid of the consequences of the unknown. And it's these consequences that hold you back. Start by being specific. Instead of saying, "I'm afraid of quitting my job," try, "I'm afraid I won't be able to make enough money to cover my bills if I quit my job." This takes the abstract fear and gives it form. Now, you can analyze it. Example. Fear. I'm afraid of traveling alone. What is the specific fear? I'm afraid I'll get lost, run out of money, or get sick in a foreign country. By defining the fear, you can now begin to confront it. Step 2. Determine the worst case. The next step is to determine the worst possible outcome. This is important because we often exaggerate our fears in our minds, imagining the worst-case scenario is much worse than it really is. What is the absolute worst thing that could happen if you go after your dreams? Example. Fear. I'm afraid of quitting my job and starting a business. Worst case. I lose all my savings, my business fails, and I end up having to get a new job with a worse salary than I had before. Now take a deep breath. Does this worst-case scenario sound horrible? Yes, it's uncomfortable. But is it truly catastrophic? Is it something you can't recover from? When you start to look at the worst-case scenario rationally, you'll realize that it's not as catastrophic as your mind has made it out to be. Step 3. Find the solution. Once you've defined the fear and determined the worst-case scenario, the final step is to find a solution. You can always recover from failure, and this is where most people fail. They stop before they even try because they imagine the worst, without realizing that there are always ways to bounce back. For example, if you're afraid of quitting your job and failing in your business, ask yourself, what would I do if my business failed? How could I reduce my risk? What backup plans can I put in place to mitigate the damage? If you lose money, can you pick up extra freelance work for a while? If your business doesn't take off, could you return to the workforce temporarily to regain your financial footing? The power of taking action, turning fear into fuel. Here's the secret. Action is the antidote to fear. The longer you wait to face your fear, the stronger it becomes. But once you take action, even the smallest step, you'll realize that fear loses its power over you. You don't have to conquer all of your fears overnight. Just take one step and then another. Every step you take chips away at the walls that fear has built around you. Example. Fear of failure. Start by taking a small risk. Take on a side project or launch a small business on the side. Test the waters. With each step forward, you gain confidence and reduce the grip of fear. Fear of rejection. Start by asking for something small, a discount, a favor, or feedback from someone you respect. Gradually, the fear of rejection becomes insignificant. Fear of uncertainty. Begin by reducing. uncertainty in small ways. Set up backup plans, plan for the worst, and gather the resources you need to be prepared for unexpected challenges. Each step will build your confidence and slowly but surely shatter the mental chains that have held you back. Actionable takeaways. Define the fear. Write down exactly what you're afraid of and be specific about what's holding you back. Determine the worst-case scenario. Rationalize your fears and understand that the worst-case scenario is often not as bad as it seems. Find the solution. Develop a plan to mitigate the risks and set up ways to recover from failure. Take the first step. Action is the cure to fear. Start small, but start today. The longer you wait, the more power fear gains. In the next chapter, Chapter 10, The 4-Hour Life Blueprint. Build your exit plan. Success is not about what you know, it's about what you do with what you know. Tim Ferriss, The Ultimate Goal, Designing Your 4-Hour Life. The 4-hour workweek isn't just about slashing your working hours. It's about designing a life where you control the rules, the hours, and the location. But here's the kicker. It won't happen by accident. You need to strategize and execute. A blueprint isn't just a plan, it's a roadmap to freedom. The truth is, building a 4-hour life requires more than just freeing up your calendar. Use THI. Need to exit your current life, your 9-to-5, your limiting job, your constraints, and build a life of wealth, flexibility, and fulfillment. You need an exit plan, and it's time to create one. The 4-hour life blueprint. 3 steps to build your exit plan. Escape the traditional work model. Design your automated business. Build your freedom strategy. Let's break each of these down so you can get clear on exactly what needs to be done. Step 1. Escape the traditional work model. Escaping the traditional work model means freeing yourself from the chains of the 9-to-5 grind and the limiting belief that work must be tied to a location, time commitment, or boss. This is where the 4-hour workweek begins, but the foundation starts long before you walk out the door of your office. It starts in your mindset. Key actions to escape. Set clear boundaries. Establish non-negotiable time for your own projects, health, and family. Start building a life that's your own. Automate income. Build systems that allow money to come in passively. Digital products, online businesses, investments, etc. Eliminate unnecessary obligations. Say no to commitments that don't add value to your life. You must choose only what aligns with your end goal. Step 2. Design your automated business. To live the 4-hour life, you need to design a business that works for you, not the other way around. You don't have to spend endless hours working or even managing employees. Instead, create a business model that works while you're living life. Key actions to automate your business. Delegate and outsource. Use virtual assistants, freelancers, and outsourcing tools to handle daily operations. Automate sales and marketing. Build systems that handle the promotion of your product or service without you being involved in the day-to-day. Create scalable products. Focus on products or services that can scale without increasing your time commitment. Digital products, online courses, or automated services are ideal. Step 3. Build your freedom strategy. Once you've built your business and automated income, it's time to design your freedom strategy, the life that you want to live. The goal is to have location independence, financial freedom, and the ability to live on your terms. Key actions to design your freedom. Identify your dream life. What does your perfect life look like? Where do you want to live? What do you want to do with your time? Who do you want to be with? Systematize your daily routine. Create a routine that aligns with your values, using the time you've freed up for self-improvement, travel, and leisure. Take mini retirements. Build in long breaks from work throughout the year. Live your life in segments, enjoying life now rather than waiting for retirement. Building the exit plan. Creating your own blueprint. Now that you understand the framework, it's time to create your own plan. This isn't something that will happen in a day or a week, but it's something you can start today. The first step is to take small actions that lead you toward freedom. as you build your business, automate your systems, and design your dream life, your exit plan will begin to take shape. The key is to take action consistently, even if the steps feel small. Over time, those small steps compound, and you'll soon realize that you've created the 4-hour life you've always dreamed of. Conclusion: your 4-hour life starts now. Success is not about doing everything yourself. It's about doing what matters. You've come to the end of this book, and I want to leave you with one thought. It's not about the 4 hours. It's about living life on your own terms. The 4-hour workweek is just a tool, a system for freeing up your time and mind so you can live a life of purpose, freedom, and adventure. The 4-hour life isn't some distant dream. It's a reality waiting for you to seize it. It's a life where you're not bound by time, money, or the expectations of others. It's where you take control and design a life that's worth living. Your final challenge: take action. If you've read this far, it means you're serious about making a change. Now it's time to take action. Start with one small step from each chapter. Pick one action and implement it today. Cut out the non-essential tasks and start building the systems that will free up your time. Automate your income by setting up an online business or streamlining an existing business. Design your ideal day and begin living it. Prioritize your time, your goals, and your freedom. Create your exit plan. Whether it's a 6-month or 5-year timeline, make it concrete and start moving toward it. Your next steps: download the 4-hour life blueprint from this book's companion resources. Join the community, share your progress, your goals, and your wins with others who are on the same path. Keep learning and optimizing. Life is a journey. Never stop evolving. Remember, the 4-hour life isn't about doing less work. It's about doing more of the things that truly matter and finding the courage to let go of the rest. The world doesn't need more busy people. The world needs more people who are free, who live on their own terms, and who make their dreams a reality. You now have all the tools you need to build your 4-hour life. The only thing left to do is take that first step. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that moment is now. It's time to stop dreaming and start doing. This concludes the book. The journey has been about discovering the system that helps you break free from the chains of your old life and design one that you love. Let this be the turning point. Take that first step and make your 4-hour life a reality. Final note: if you found value in this book, I encourage you to share it. Help others escape their own 9-to-5 traps and design a life they don't need a vacation from. Together, we can create a world where everyone lives on their own terms. Let the adventure begin. Stop right there. This isn't just a video. This is a turning point. You're not here by accident. You were meant to see this. If your heart's beating faster, if something inside you just woke up, do not ignore that feeling. Like this video, not for us, but for you, to lock in this energy. Share it, because someone out there is lost, and you might be the reason they wake up. Subscribe right now, because we're not done. This channel is about to blow your mind again and again and again. This is more than content. This is a revolution, a mindset, a mission. And if you felt this even for a second, then you're part of it now. So don't just watch, join the movement. Like, share, subscribe, or scroll back to the same life you're trying to escape. Your call.